All right, I'm back with Ryan McCuiston and Jennifer Parker. We're talking about the third part of the upcoming workshop they have in October. This is about the Trump administration and the changes, regulatory changes that are happening. Now, you might say, oh gosh, regulatory changes, I'm going to turn this off, it's boring. It's not. You can get your rear end in real trouble if you're not compliant, if you're working with employees, human resources, managing. Jennifer, you know this all too well in your own business. Tell us your thoughts on this and how this will help folks.
This is a very big thing. With the new president in office, regulations and laws are getting passed and being changed every day. This is just something that we can continue to watch, and we have a speaker coming to talk about things that have happened so far and what to look for in the future. And so it's very important to keep up when you own a business or you work in a business, to keep up with all these changes. I know here when we first started, we were not compliant on some small things here, and it took me with our SHRM group, and I learned things, and I had to get everything in order. So it's just very important to make sure you are paying attention to everything that's changing, and a lot of times we may not know it is changing until afterwards. And so this is what it's for, is to keep us up to date and keep us informed on what to expect next.
Makes sense. And the businesses I ran through the years, it's always changing. And I think with the Trump administration, it's doubly so, because he's putting out executive orders, and it's really vital to stay up with it. And the penalties are pretty severe. And even if you don't get a penalty, a year from now, you could be in real trouble, right?
That's exactly right. And what you see with the Trump administration right now is a lot of repealing of what prior administrations have done that directly affect the workplace, regardless of what industry you serve. And we see the president obviously appoints members to lead the various agencies. One thing that we've seen here most recently is the change with the I-9 form.
Now hold on, what is an I-9 form? It sounds like a green card thing or something.
Well, that's hopefully businesses are again, regardless of what industry you serve, are completing an I-9 form for individuals that they hire, and that's their eligibility to work within the United States. And so that form is required to be completed by employees on day one. And that just had another revision. It's had two revisions that I'm aware of within probably the past 10 months. And the most recent went into effect just this past week here in mid-September. And so those that are using an outdated I-9 form, even though they have good intentions, from a compliance standpoint, if there's ever an audit that's conducted on the business, they face penalties, fines for using the incorrect form or even incorrectly filling it out. So from that standpoint, again, the administration has a lot of things on its agenda, but there's always those things from a compliance standpoint that businesses really need to stay up to date on, and that's what this session will cover. And that's why it's so important that we as business leaders, as managers, that we stay up to date as to what's happening, because probably never before with business has the landscape of compliance and changed so rapidly. Things change on a day-to-day basis, just like Jennifer mentioned, and it's extremely important to stay up to speed with that.
Well, it sounds like this one single segment out of the four would be worth attending just for this. I mean, you can get your entry fee for this event paid for. We're saving one penalty, right?
Yes, many times over. The penalties can be severe if you have 20 employees and you have 20 I-9s that are completed incorrectly. It's not just one penalty that's assessed. It can be a penalty assessed for each of those 20 I-9 forms. Mm-hmm. And so it can be, that number can be multiplied greatly. So $100 is a great investment to ensure that you are compliant just with the I-9 forms themselves.
All right, let's talk about the totality of this workshop in October, Jennifer. This is just one part of it. What else is going to be going on?
It is. It's going to be October 12th at Wallace State Community College. It's in the nursing building, the conference room. It's going to be from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. We have 4 speakers coming in like Tim, you said, like, this is just one of the topics. We have 3 other great topics, and we're also going to have a silent auction. We'll be auctioning stuff off, and Stonebridge Farms is going to come and cater our lunch for us, and then we'll also have breakfast. So it does cost $100 to attend, but you get all this for that $100. The great thing about this workshop is that all the proceeds that we make from it, we turn around and we give to the United Way of here in Coleman and also the Sherm Foundation. So it's a great way for us to give back to our community and to take the time and to continue our education with these great topics.